All right, guys, it's Brandon here, and we are on site today right here at the Oceans One Resort. Now, you're going to meet Nick and his wonderful wife, Destiny, in this video. Two people from Knoxville, Tennessee, who just grabbed me on the spur of the moment because they've been watching the YouTube channel just like you, and they wanted to say hi. Nick and his wife, Destiny, they're considering, an oceanfront condo, a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, right here at the Oceans One. So, Nick, tell me, what is your research process for an oceanfront condo? How did you arrive at that one?
Well, so my wife and I, we kept coming here for vacation year after year. I mean, especially whenever we were kids. And, whenever we started having kids together, we kept coming here and just decided, you know what, why not move here one day? And as we started looking into it, we thought, you know what, this would be a great second flow of income. Started doing our research and started liking what what
Absolutely.
So
Especially thanks to your videos.
Yeah. We came across your content several times, and next thing you know, we subscribed, and everything started clicking and making sense. So here we are, about 3 years into it, considering buying oceanfront properties.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom oceanfront condo. It was an in-unit right here at the Oceans One. Now, what drew you to that condo?
Well, we stayed there last year, and it was beautiful. And we thought to ourselves, man, if there nothing compares to that unit. And we thought to ourselves, if we were going to own an oceanfront condo, it would be that one.
Absolutely. Now, guys, I just want to point out to you that an in-unit is in short supply in our market. In-unit penthouse. That's the highest floor at that building. There's only 2 of those in-units per oceanfront condo resort in our market, and there's only 55 oceanfront condo resorts in Myrtle Beach. So essentially there's only 110 of those units. All that being said, there's a lot less of them, which gives what's called a competitive advantage when you're competing against all of the other rental properties on the market. So I think it's a brilliant move. And Nick happened to mention that it does have those floor to ceiling windows, which is another unique feature that looks really, really great in the Airbnb and VRBO listing photos. So for all of you viewers, if you're looking to find the most competitive strategic advantage for your property, you're going to want to find a penthouse in unit with those floor to ceiling windows. Of course, it has to be updated, it has to be remodeled, it has to have the top notch, colors, contrasting design. And if you can get those extra components, and you're going to have a notch up against all the competition. So we were talking about cash out refis. This is a popular topic lately. I've had other investors recently call me and do it. Now, would you consider doing a cash out refi on an oceanfront condo?
Oh, 100% I would. I mean, look, the way that I've viewed it and the way that I've crunched my own math, it's going to pay for itself. It's going to pay for itself. The money that you're borrowing against your house, with the profits that you're going to make in gross rental, if you can afford it, but in gross rental income, it's going to pay for itself. Now, you have those fees that you always talk about in your videos, the maintenance fees, the VRBO fees, if you're doing the hotel cleaning services fees. Either way you cut it, you're still going to be profitable from my math.
Yep.
And you're also going to own your own slice of paradise.
Yeah. Now, and Nick asked me a great question. He said, is it smart to do a cash out refi against my primary and buy an oceanfront condo? And the answer to that question, it's very, very simple and very, very straightforward. You don't ever want to hawk your house against a lucky chance. So
right.
What that means is, if your standard employment can afford to cover all of the expenses for your mortgage, for that cash out refi, and cover everything and doesn't put your house in jeopardy, then it's a smart move.
100%.
It's a smart move all day long. But if your standard employment cannot afford to cover all of that cash out refi, all of your normal monthly expenses, it's not going to be a smart move for you. You don't want to risk your primary residence for an oceanfront condo. But if you do the math, I mean, I just helped a couple do a cash out refi. Their mortgage payment went up $1,100 a month, and it enabled them to pull out $168,000 out of their house, and they paid down on a $600,000 oceanfront condo.
Yeah.
And they're excited about it. They're supposed to clear $18,000 a year profit, and it's a better use of the money than it just sitting in their house and the bank using it to make money.
Right. Absolutely.
It's just a smart move. So yes, in their instance, it made sense. Their employment could cover that extra $1,100 a month. That's great. Not an issue, not a problem. So they really weren't hawking their house against a lucky chance. So if you're considering doing a cash out refi, you have a lot of equity in your home, absolutely get in contact with me. It's 843-360-1737. All right, guys, so I was just chatting with Nick and Destiny, and we were talking about how first-time investors are basically, they're normal, everyday people.
Yes.
You don't have to be a millionaire to buy oceanfront condo properties.
Mm-mm.
You know, and yes, you can do very, very smart moves like a cash out refi. Nick was saying something like you were torn on, do I do this? You know, like I'm the only provider for my family.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a smart move? I don't want to jeopardize what I've got at home.
Right.
Of course not.
Right.
So,
right.
kind of help people work through that.
So, I mean, just to go into our finances, our house, we owe about $230 on it. And in Knoxville, Tennessee, it's worth about probably $550, $580. So there's been a lot of coffee dates that my wife and I have had at night where we're sitting there talking, do we pull out the money in our second mortgage to buy an oceanfront condo?
Because we don't do IRAs. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
We went to invest in real estate. That's what we've always talked about.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you can always
Yeah.
cash flow it very quickly.
And it's a hard asset that you actually own.
You're right.
It's not something it's not in the
Waiting.
stock market. It's not going up and down. And,
Right.
and guys, that's a very valid point. Essentially, the stock market has a ton of risk in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really have that kind of risk with an oceanfront condo.
Right. And that's what I thought. I was like, the mortgage is going to pay itself, especially in the in season.
Yep.
The off season might be a little different, but that's what the in season is for you to make that money and then
We'll stay in
invest
it
it.
on the off season.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, if you watch the interviews with Matt Freeze, he plainly says that June, July, and August, he makes enough money on his oceanfront condos to cover all of their operating expenses. So if you're doing this well, you shouldn't be coming out of pocket. That's the whole point of watching my channel.
Yeah, that's what we did.
You shouldn't
That's
be,
what we did.
I'm literally going to put your hands on the very best deals. I've done all the research for you. I've made it simple and easy for you. You just got to pick up the phone and call me.
Yeah.
Now, talk to me a little bit more about the whole risk part of it, because I know a lot of people will probably, they're on the channel just like you and your wife, and they are, they're spending 2 years thinking about it.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you had to work through to get to the point where you're like, you know what, this is a smart move?
Well, I mean, literally just
Well, we stay here.
yeah. Well,
Number one, we
here.
stay here. And
We
like
live in
it.
the dream.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of influencers we watch, they say touch a dream. Ed Milet says touch a dream. And so we come here just so we can touch our dream.
Yep.
And what's so crazy is a lot of times people think that their dreams are this far away.
Yeah.
When in reality, you're really just a decision away from making your dream become a reality.
That's right.
And it's crazy to think that we can literally make this dream become a reality.
Like right now.
Like right now.
Like literally,
Yeah, like-
literally, you can say, Brandon,
Yeah.
let's put an offer on that place. I will have my lender, Richard Trozo, send a pre-approval to us in the next 24 hours.
Yep.
You guys apply for a loan. I'll put the offer in, and it's done.
Yep. So that's something that
We'll be talking about here in a little bit.
yeah.
After this interview resumes, for sure.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's that real. And I try to get people to get that. Like, I always want people to go, there's generally one or two hurdles that your average investor has in their mind. Oh, the HOA fee is so high, or the this, or the that. And if they'll just pick up the phone and call me, I will explain to them how it works, make it simple and clear. I'm not going to pressure you. That's not my style.
Just education.
I'm just going to teach you what the deal is so that you can make an informed decision on your own. And if you can just get past that one or two hurdles, you could open a whole new chapter for your life.
Right.
Like your first condo is probably going to lead to your second condo.
Right.
And your second condo is probably going to lead to two more condos.
Right.
And before you know it, Rufy and I grow 17 years. I interviewed her. 17 years. She owns 27 oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Wow. Well, hopefully that will be what you do with us here in about 5 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Real estate portfolio.
yeah, exactly. You build that up, and especially if you haven't saved, if you don't have an IRA, you don't have a 401k, this is a very smart way to get a retirement egg built up for you. It doesn't have to be some crazy. You don't have to be a genius that knows the stock market. You don't have to go hire a financial planner. If you do, that's great. Go. I'll work with them. It's awesome. But This is something that everyday regular people do all the time. I get calls, emails, and texts from people just like you guys that are looking to do this and make this move, and they didn't go and study finance,
Right.
It's just, it's a simple hospitality business that can make you a lot of money.
Yeah, we're definitely just middle class people.
Yeah, middle class, which, I mean, if you want to get technical, there's no
Lower.
such thing as middle class
Lower
anymore,
middle
right?
class. Yeah.
So, anyways, but I will say this: we enjoy your content, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Like so much. I mean, for the past couple of years, been watching your videos, your channel, and you have helped us so much, especially in just getting us from start A to probably where we are right now, and probably the Y position.
Yep.
We're ready to almost pull that trigger.
Yep.
Your videos, your content has got us there. We appreciate it so
Yeah,
much.
thank
Absolutely.
It was like seeing Michael Jordan watching you walk through the pool today.
I'll take
So-
it, man. I'll take
We
it.
ran over to you.